Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It seems like the war in Kosovo or Serbia will occur or will start much sooner than anticipated. About 6 months ago I said that in a year and a half, probably within a year and a half, something big is going to happen in Balkans, and I think these guys are in a hurry. Now I'm not certain who exactly is in a hurry to solve something there. Is it the Serbs? Is it the Albanians? Is it the Russians? Is it Americans? All of the above? I'm not certain yet. But the Serbs are mobilizing their army, and they put it on the border with, I was about to say Albania, Kosovo. And not only that, they're on combat, they're on like combat alert, so they're ready to fight. This article comes from Associated Press, and this is from Market Watch. Serbia places its troops on Kosovo border on combat alert. This is from December 26, 2022 at 8:01 p.m. Eastern Time. Serbia on Monday placed its security troops on the border with Kosovo on the full state of combat readiness and quote, ignoring NATO calls for calming down of tensions between the two wartime Balkan foes. Serbia's Interior Minister Bratislav Gašić said he, and I'm quoting, ordered the full combat readiness of police and other security units, and that they will be placed under the command of the Army Chief of Staff according to their operational plan, end quote. He said in a statement that he acted on the orders of Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić so that, and I'm quoting, all measures be taken to protect the Serbian people in Kosovo, end quote. I've been losing my voice, so anyway, it seems like that's a God's will or something. It was not immediately clear what this order meant on the ground, as Serbian troops have been on alert for a while on the border with Kosovo. Officials claim alleged harassment of Kosovo Serbs by ethnic Albanians, who are a majority in the breakaway province that declared its independence in 2008. Earlier Monday, NATO-led peacekeepers said they were investigating a shooting incident in a tense northern region of Kosovo, urging calm as Serbia's top military officials inspected their troops on the border in a show of combat readiness. The incident on Sunday evening took place in Zubin Potok, a town where local ethnic Serbs have been manning road barricades for the past 2 weeks and where tensions have been running high. The peacekeepers, known as KFOR, said the incident happened near one of their patrols involving unknown people. A statement said no one was injured and I'm quoting, we are working to establish all the facts, end quote. Serbia's defense minister and the army's chief of staff traveled to the border with Kosovo, praising the combat readiness of Serbian troops on their firepower, including howitzers and other military hardware. Oh shoo! Serbia, which has been armed through Russian donations and military purchases, has been saber-rattling and threatening force against its former province for a long time. Kosovo remains a potential flashpoint in the Balkans years after the 1998-1999 war that ended with NATO intervention, illegal attack of the defensive alliance called NATO. Let's put it this way, Reuters. And they bombarded the guys and their facilities, including some how do you call those? Civilian targets, infrastructure, and the Chinese embassy in Belgrade. Remember, killing some Chinese diplomats and Serbian workers. Remember that one? Okay, if you don't, now you know. Serbia doesn't recognize the 2008 Declaration of Independence of its former province, while Western efforts to mediate a solution so far have failed. What do you mean? You intervened, you took that province from that country, gave it to some other people because they're majority, and then you put a barrier, you said that's a border. Those guys said voted for independence because they were majority, and all of a sudden we have a new country. What if that happens, let's say, in Arizona, or let's say in California, let's say I'm just giving an example, I don't know, Spanish population, or how do you want to call it, Latino population, they decide, you know what we're going to do? We're going to vote. We're a majority in this territory right here, not in the whole state, just in a territory, 3 towns. And the 3 towns says, you know what, this is going to be called, I don't know, Kapaluka. Then what are you going to do about it? This is Kapaluka, this is our country, we voted, fuck off. Would that work? Not yet. Not yet. I'm not certain that these guys that are in charge of this country will not be okay with that at one point in this country. I'm not certain. I mean, they might say, yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, it's the people, you know. Or let's say you have a group of, I don't know, some kind of group that identifies as something else. And they decide, well, we have these 3 towns, we're majority here, let's vote. And we're going to have Transboroba. And they're going to have a country of Transboroba. Do you like that, Transboroba? Okay. Well, they voted. So that's kind of like this. The fact that some people kill some other people, then why didn't you send those guys somewhere else? They being these guys that intervened. Things could have been, I don't want to say calm down, but you have the Albanians, you have the Serbs. What are you going to do? You give these guys a country within another country because they don't get along? I thought that diversity is our strength. Or the Serbs are just crazy. What's going on here? Well, we know exactly what's going on. And look how these guys are interpreting these events. Now, I'm quoting, "It is important for all involved to avoid any rhetoric or actions that can cause tensions and escalate the situation," end quote, KFOR said in a statement. And I'm quoting again, "We expect all actors to refrain from provocative shows of force and to seek the best solutions to ensure the safety and security of all communities." Unquote. Really? Really? Well, make sure those Serbs are safe first, KFOR, and then nothing will happen. But I think this is what's going to happen. I think. This is a prediction, okay? A gut feeling, let's put it this way. Even though predictions are, usually you make it like this, I'm giving myself a weasel way out. But I think that most likely someone is going to shoot someone else, you know? And someone will shoot someone else willingly, and that would be interpreted as an accident, trying to, calm down the spirits, but the spirits will go up, and these guys will say, no, actually it was not an accident. They provoked us and we defended ourselves. Something like this. And then you're gonna have a lot of shit hitting the fan. Now, fears of violence have soared since the start of Russia's war in Ukraine. The United States and most European Union countries have recognized Kosovo's independence, while Serbia has relied on Russia and China in its bid to maintain claim on the province. The rising tensions involve several issues amid international efforts to step up mediation efforts. Most recently, ethnic Serbs in the north put up roadblocks in protest of an arrest for a former Serb police officer. But why was that? Serbs in the north previously had walked out of Kosovo's institutions, claiming harassment by Kosovo authorities. Belgrade repeatedly has warned it would protect local Serbs, and I'm quoting, with all means if they are attacked. Kosovo government has asked NATO troops, which deployed in 1999 after the Transatlantic Alliance, defensive alliance, you forgot that word, bombed Serbia into leaving Kosovo to remove the Serbs' roadblocks. Prime Minister Albin Kurti, KFOR Commander Major General Angelo Michel Ristuccia, and Lars Gunnar Wigermark, who had the EU Law and Order mission, met on Monday to discuss the situation, KFOR said on Twitter. Now, General Milan Mislovic told local media that the army received, and I'm quoting, clear and precise direction from Serbia's populist president. Populist. See how they see when they talk about a Serb, they insert something negative. When they talk about the other side, beautiful and peace and it's just NATO, beautiful peacekeeping weasels, adding that it requires the presence of the, it says, directions from Serbia's populist president Vučić. Mišilović described the situation as, and I'm quoting, serious, adding that it requires the presence of the Serbian army along the administrative line with Kosovo. State RTS television reported. Serbian army vehicles could be seen on the roads in the area on Monday, and the Balkan nation's defense minister also arrived. Serbian Defense Minister Miloš Vučević, General Mišilović, and other senior army officers discussed the security situation during a meeting in Raska. A defense ministry statement said. Serbia has asked KFOR to deploy up to 1,000 of its troops in the Serb-populated north of Kosovo to protect Kosovo Serbs from alleged harassment by ethnic Albanians, who are the majority in the country. The request hasn't been granted. The request so far hasn't been granted. Adding to the tension, Serbian Patriarch Porfirije was denied entry into Kosovo at the border crossing on Monday after saying he would like to deliver a peace message for Serbian Orthodox Christians, which is celebrated on January 7. Great. So, there's so many problems there that you can't solve one without creating others, and you don't know where to start. I mean, you kind of know where to start, but if you say that, that's a non-starter, which is, okay, that's ours, it's not yours, and the other one say, no, that's ours and it's not yours. So that's something that you will not agree on at this point, and I don't think if you ever will agree. What do you think that all of a sudden the Albanians in Kosovo say, you know what, I think we decided to give back Kosovo to Serbia? And I say give back because you like it or not, I think Kosovo was part of Serbia, wasn't it? Was it part of Albania? Was it part of Kosovo itself? I mean, and the other ones will say, you know what, how about we just forget about Kosovo, and you guys can, if you want, to unite with Albania at one point. We have nothing against you guys. That's great. Do you think that's going to happen? Psst. Not in our lifetime, that's for certain. So far, this is what I think is going to happen. I think a little accident will occur. So there's two things. A little article will occur, and then the whole hell will break loose over there. And then you're going to have intervention from the weasels from there, from the other guys from the other side. Yeah, those are weasels, yes. And the other ones are just the other ones. And then you're going to have another war over there, and could explode because we have problems in Bosnia as well, if you know. And you have Bosnian Serbs over there that will probably take advantage and say, you know what, we don't want to be in this bullshit here. And it's going to spread. And it's going to spread. And people will die. And it's going to be destruction. It's going to be payback. And it's going to be a lot of bullshit over there. Or it's going to be the other option, in which I think the Kosovo authorities, at the order of their sponsors, will say, you know what, stop, we just back off. If these guys are not backing off, which is the Albanians, I think the first option will be right there. And Albanians have to back off really, really, really far. Really far. Like back off miles back. But it's not too big, Albania, Kosovo, their part. So unless they do that, if they stay over there, they try to no, I think an accident will occur somehow, and it's going to be either a provoked one, so the whole thing can start, and once it starts, the passion will dictate, not logos, but pathos. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.